Hello, Ian here from Dark Blades Workshop. Welcome back to another video. This one we're doing the unboxing of Luna on the Thestral. Okay, so first of all, lovely box art to it. Really nice paint job. Okay, so let's open it up. And inside we have a couple of cards, loads of bits. Standard 60mm base. So I'll throw all them to the side and we'll zoom in and get to know her a bit better. Okay, so we've got a couple of cards. We've got the character card for Luna. So it's the usual galleon cost for a student. So just checking what she's got. You're not really interested in that, are you? So the artifact card is Mounted Wizard. Now it's only a model with a beast trait, which the character card has, and a mastery of at least one may take this artifact. So it goes, automatically with this character card if you need it, but I suspect you will need it because this model may choose spells for its spellbook and cast them ignoring the beast limitation, and it cannot be affected by any other rule. So that's pretty good, I reckon. And the bash is a pretty standard bash, so you've got a bonus of 3, damage of 2, range of 2. So yeah, not bad for the points cost, I reckon. So it should be pretty half decent. So let's look at the parts. We've got a scenic base, a little rocky outcrop in the forest. We've got the 2 body parts. We've got the tail, we've got the head, Luna, arms, and wings. So let's have a look at the base. I think it's going to be, I'm not really a fan of rocky bases, but probably have to use this because of the height difference between the hind legs and the forelegs, unless you find something else for the Thestral to stand on. I'm going to have to use it anyway. Maybe do a bit of sculpting around that to continue the rocky theme, or some grass, or probably a bit of mud, flowers. So I'll have to have a think about that one. So the body parts, let's zoom in. So pretty good sculpts actually. Hardly any mould lines on them. There's a little bit of flash at the ankle there, you can probably see. That should come away quite easily. And they fit together quite nicely too, so that's a bonus. There's no warping. Let's just see if it sits on the base. Yeah, you're going to have to tease them in there, I think. But once they're glued in position, I think it'll stand there quite nicely. Not bad at all, Night Models, well done. It's pretty good. So we've got a slot along the top of the ribs there for the wings to sit in. They fit in quite snug, so that's another bonus. And you haven't got too much of a gap there to worry about it. So looking good so far, pretty good stuff. The wings are quite solid. I've had wings in the past where there's been holes in them and they've been too thin, but I think they've cracked it with this one. Just need to remove that little lug there, and I think we're on to our winner. So that's good. I'm not sure I'm happy about that bit. This little chip here looks as though it's right on one of the vertebrae, and you're going to have to be very careful removing that, because you're going to lose a bit of the detail of the bone structure there, so be careful with that one. But very nice, very clean. Again, Can't see a mould line on the top. Very faint one underneath, so that's pretty good. Sorry, I think that is spot on. Really nice. That should fit in nicely into the body section here. Let's just test it with this bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a gap there, but we'll be able to fill that, no problem at all. So, on to the young lady. One thing I'm always wary of is the fingers. I think all digits are in place on that one. This one, unfortunately, the thumb has gone for a burn. So there's no thumb. We'll have to try and fix that with a little bit of green stuff. Just poke it on the end there. And Luna herself now. Pretty good likeness. No idea what this bit here is. It looks a bit rude actually. I don't know what they were thinking with that bit. Could take these parts away. It's a bit of a distraction, that bit, isn't it? So the face is really nice, but no, she's got a tab under the chin. Don't know if you can see that. Hang on, let's go that way. Right, can you see it? These really wind me up. And the thing is, it doesn't finish at the edge of the chin. It looks like it comes around the front of the chin as well. So I'm not very happy about that, because I hate them. And potentially it can spoil the whole mini if you mess up that chin. It's a nightmare to paint. But we'll see. We'll be very careful removing it, and we'll see how we get on. But the face is fantastic, really nice. I think this is the same outfit she's wearing with the lion hat. There's the same detail on the jumper. The trousers look exactly the same. I know the boots and socks are spot on as well. So yeah, strange that she's got the same outfit. Okay, so that's it for that part. Let's move on to the construction. Okay, so here's some of the kit that I'm going to be using for the construction. So I've got a pair of snips, needle files, a Swan Morton knife. There's got to be a curved blade for scraping away the mould lines. Tweezers if I need it. I doubt if I'll need it though. And the super glue and activator. This is for the base. I use filler. And this is, well, if you haven't got anything flat to smooth out the filler, get yourself one of these, because I use filler quite a bit and I find these quite useful. It's a palette knife from any art shop. And a little bit of masking tape for the base. So the first job is to mask off the bottom of the base, because I'm going to be using filler on top. If you've seen my custom base video, you'll probably have seen this already. So this stops the filler going through the slot. I'll need a little receptacle, so I'll use the middle well on this palette, and I'll get rid of the sticker on there. I'll just put some filler in there. I'll put some on there first. And if I need any more, there's a little bit on the palette. So it's just a case of smoothing it all out. So I tend to pull it towards the edge first. keep it levelish, so I need to fill the centre part now. And I'll just run the blade of the knife across the top. It doesn't have to be perfect, because remember you're having the scenic rock on top of there as well. So that's pretty good. So you've got a choice now whether to add the scenic base now and sit it in the filler so it sinks in a little bit, or you can wait till it dries and then you can glue it to the dry filler. So I'm going to wait till it dries, but I have used stuff before where I glue it into the filler and that acts as some kind of a little bit of an adhesive. So yeah, it's totally up to you. Either is fine. The only reason I'm doing it when it's dry is because I may plan on adding other things to the base as well, and I need to have it sitting in position, you know, and I know it won't move, if you know what I mean. So let's wait for that to dry and we'll be back for the next stage. So while we're waiting for the base to dry, we'll make a start on cleaning up the rest of the model. So I need to follow, there's like a lip there and I just need to cut away. So hopefully that should sit flat into the recess at the top of the body. We've got a little mould line across the top here. So what I do, instead of using the blade like that to scrape it away, I find I got more control if I actually grip it on the blade, so there's less movement and it gives you more control and to get rid of that mould line. And just using a curved blade as well, you can line up where that blade is actually touching the surface, and you can change the angle so you get a wider scrape or a tiny scrape. So down here will be a wide surface area on the blade. That'll be a smaller surface area on the blade. Well, once you get used to doing it, it does become a lot easier. Now, we've got a little bit of a rough patch, so I'm just going to use the needle file very gently to scrape that bit away. Which it has done nicely. If that doesn't work, I would recommend that you get some of these. Let me just grab a couple from my box. Sorry, I should have prepared these earlier, shouldn't I? Flexi files I use. That's quite a coarse one, so we don't need that for this kind of resin. You want medium or the smooth version, so there's hardly any grit on it. You can feel it's quite smooth there. And I'll just run that across the top just to get rid of the rough area. And it's pretty much nice and smooth now. Yeah, that's quite nice. So just check the rest for a mould line. I can't really see anything. I think they've been clever here and run it down the back of the vertebra, so you can't really see it, but you can see it at the front, and it's just running down there. So I'll just remove the odd bit that's more obvious, and then I'll run the grit over the top, so you still keep the groove, but you get rid of the mould lying on the raised areas. And this stuff is really good. Now what I usually do is get a soft brush, get rid of the excess, and then I'll dip it in some water and do the same again. And that gets rid of the dusty area, and then you can see if the mould line's gone or not. Which it has, so that's good. So that's my technique for getting rid of mould lines. I'll go through it again on another piece. Try and find one on this one. It's pretty difficult to find anything on this one. It's pretty good. There's a little bit back of where the calf would be, so I'll just scrape that away. It doesn't need the file, so I'll go straight to this flexi file. Yeah, that's good. Happy with that. So just get rid of the flash here. So I'm not actually touching the leg, I'm staying within the flash area, but it does kind of lift it up quite close to the body, which is quite handy. So I'll just give it a wee scrape and see what it's like. We've got one coming up here now. I didn't spot that from the other angle. It's always good to change angles, and you can see. Depends how much you want to get rid of the mould lines. I know you're not going to see it on the back legs anyway when you're gaming, but I know it's there, so it's got to go. I think we're done on that one. So that's the technique. I'm going to carry on and do the rest of the model. We'll come back for the gluing. So I'm going to glue the two halves of the horse together. Sorry, Thestral. Or Thestral. I'll have to look at the box art and double check that. So I'll put super glue along the edges. What I've done to get a smoother fit is there's a little, for want of a better word, a little knob that fits into these recesses here. So there's one there and one there. I've removed the back one on this side because I couldn't get a good fit. Always do a dry fit to test before you start gluing. So I'm just going to hold them together and make sure I've got a good seal all around, which I haven't. That's better. So you can see I've got a gap at the back there, you can see some daylight. But I'm not concerned about that too much because the tail section is going to cover that up anyway. So that sits there and it'll cover that part so you won't see it. This part I'm not so concerned about either. There's a gap between the ribs at the top because that's obviously where Luna's going to be sitting. So I think we've got a good bond there, so I'll let go. You can see that leg is slightly out there, so I think once it's glued to the base, I think it should sit properly then. I was tempted to do the wings separately, but I've changed my mind, so I'm going to glue them into position now. So that looks quite high on the box art, so I'll have that about there, I think. So what I'll do, if you're unfamiliar with this activator, I shall show you how to use it to get a good bond. So I'll apply glue to the part of the wing that's going into the body. I'll spray activator away, hold your wing over that way somewhere and spray your activator into that hole. And then get the angle set before you introduce it to the body. Just hold it there for about 5 or 10 seconds for the activator to work. And you should have a solid bond there without worrying too much. If you can still see some super glue, let's give it another blast. It should frost it to a white colour. So I'll move on to the other side now. So it's the same again, we'll do a test fit. Maybe we'll have them at a different angle. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we will. Not too much of a difference. But there. So I'll do the same again. Apply the glue. Got a bit too much there. I'll spray the activator on the wing part and match it up. Yeah, I reckon about there should do it nicely. There, yeah. So slightly uneven. It makes it more interesting. I'm just going to hold it there. Let's give it another spray to activate all the glue, just to make sure it sticks. Right, tail section now. I'll do the same again. I'll apply the glue to the end of the tail. Get some activator in there. And line it up. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So what's left now is the head, and it's a great fit that side. And a great fit that side. That's not too bad at all really, is it? A little bit of green stuff on the chest area, but I think we're onto a winner here. So super glue's on, activator into the neck area, and hold it there. Just got a wee gap at the front of the wing there that needs filling. Otherwise it's pretty good. So onto the base. I'm just checking where the hooves are going to go, and they will need a little bit of teasing into position. So the drill is I'll apply glue to the hooves and activate it to the base, and then just tease them into position then. So just get the super glue on. Better activate that. I think we're there. That was easier than I thought, actually. That was pretty good going. So that's the construction done. It's just a matter of filling that one. We'll go on to Luna now. We'll try and do something with that tab under the chin. I don't know if you can see that there. Bane of my life, these things are. Okay, so I'm going to use the scalpel, and what I do, I'll cut about halfway between the chin and the chest, and then I'll cut either side of that at an angle to get rid of a chunk, and just try and get a wider angle each time. And then when you get close to the actual chin, I'm going to pull the blade from the throat up to the chin, just to try and scrape it away. Let's get rid of that bit first. Right, so scrape, scrape, scrape. And that's using a small amount of surface area on the blade. And we'll get that brush to see what we've got left there. And there's just a little bit on this side, and there's a pointy bit right on the chin, which is really annoying. Right, that's that bit done. It's just across the chin now. This is the bit I hate because I don't want to spoil the line of the jaw. So a very gentle file there. Still a little bit there. Just going to wet the brush. It's pretty good. There's just a little line there. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm going to go in with a file underneath the chin. Try and get that bit moving. By George, I think he's got it. Okay, so that ends construction phase. I'll move on to the green stuff next. So whilst I was cleaning up, I found this this area here. Must have been like an air bubble or something. So I thought, you know, this is an ideal opportunity to show you how I fill these gaps. So let's put that to one side at the minute. So I've made some green stuff. it's nice and warm. You know, I've been mixing it in my hands till it's warm, so it's more pliable. And I'll take a little bit. Let me just zoom out a bit because it's a bit silly at the minute. So I'll take a wee bit, a wee sausage of the green stuff, and try and get it to the best shape and size that you can, if you can still see the hole. I'll just place it over the top, a bit less than that actually. Let's get it into a sausage shape. Just place it over the top, and then what you do is get one of these things, colour shaper. You get them in art stores. It's got a fine tip on it, but it's bendy. Now, instead of using your fingers, especially if you're working on a flat surface, you can use your fingers just to fill the gap. The thing is, if you're doing a long surface, you will get, see if I can, if you can see my fingerprints on there. And it's not very fetching at all, really. So what you do is you use this, so you wet it. See if I can take it away or not. I don't know. No, I can't. But what you do, you just smooth over the surface then, and it takes away all the fingerprints. I'll just re-establish that groove there. Because these are really handy if you didn't, especially if you did a bit on the wing and you used your hand just to go over the top like that, you're just going to have a streak of fingerprinted green stuff. But if you just smooth over the top with that, it just takes everything away and you get a lovely smooth surface then. So that is how I fill the gaps. Just make sure you go around the other side as well, just to smooth it off. And I'm going to use the same at the front here to fill this gap in the chest. So I'll do this, and then you just use the same technique on other areas then. So there's no point showing you, 5 or 6 attempts at this. So I get it to about a right shape for where it's going. Try and push it into position there. I get the clay shape back and work it in. You could probably have seen the fingerprints on the blob as I put it into position. So we filled the part in the chest, but I've still got a bit of rough bit there. Okay, so that's nice and smooth now. I'm going to do the same around the neck. I'm going to fill these bits here as well, and I'll come back when I'm done. So I've finished all the green stuff parts, and now because I'm going to paint Luna separately, I'm going to stick a pin up her posterior, and because that's an ideal place to put the pin actually, so it should be sitting upright and you can paint her nicely, and then you can place her on the base. Well, what I'm going to do is make sure I get the arm in the right position now, so I'm just going to put a little tiny little bit of green stuff, or you can use blue tack, to get her sitting properly in position while we glue the arm in position. So there's a little bit of green stuff in there. I'll sit her in position, and hopefully that'll hold her where she needs to be. So her feet have got little recesses on the side of the, I suppose they're clavicles or shoulder blades, yeah. Scapulars of the Thestral. So that's her sitting there. So what I'll do, I'll put a little blob of glue in the armhole, as the hand will now sit as though she's petting, you know, on the neck of the Thestral. So let's try and get the arm in there. I'll bring it down a wee bit. I'll try and get as close as I can. So I think that'll be pretty good there. Just make sure she's sitting. And while that's there, I'll give it a blast. Oh no, I can move it away, and I'll take out the, well, the green stuff can actually stay there because it's going to be, you're not going to see it, she's going to be sitting on that part, so I'll just push it into the gap there. It might bother me when I'm painting it, but I know she'll be sitting on top there. Okay, so the last thing to do then was just to add it to the base. I haven't glued it in properly yet, it's just sitting in the wet plaster at the minute just to make an outline of where it should go. I'll take it away to prime and then I'll glue it to the base then. So I've got the primer under there where I can get to it. So I've got a few stones from the garden knocking about. I might put them on there, I'm not sure yet. I'll have a play, see what we think. But yeah, that's it for me for now. Hope you got something out of it. If anything, it'll show you how to deal with the mould lines and gap filling. It's always good because they do occur, unfortunately, with night model stuff. But you'll be able to deal with them now. Right, that's it. We'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.